But anyway, the latest thing with my car is that the seatbelt sound, you know that bing bing when you need to buckle your seatbelt?
Yeah.
It goes off continuously. The minute you get in the car, start to back out your driveway, you hear this bing, 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 and it does that the whole entire time you're
Even
driving
if you're buckled.
it. Yes. So,
you know, James was telling me that he's going to get that car when he's 16.
I'm not sure he's going to want it.
Well, he certainly doesn't want my car, which is really cool. But...
Well, so here's the deal. So I'm driving around in this bing, bing, bing car. And he took it in to Subaru. They rented us a car for 3 days. Never heard the bing. They said it didn't ding. We tested it, didn't ding. Well, did they drive it? Because as soon as Dad started to drive out of the parking lot of Subaru, bing, bing, bing. But they charged us for 3 days of a rental car. So I think he's eventually going to take it back because this is what he's been doing. So he's tried to fix that problem about 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
The latest thing, which made me even more ghetto, was that he went to the junkyard and he got...
That's like just leading off with that sentence. As I know where this is headed probably.
You know where it's going.
Like, you know that it doesn't end well when you start with that.
Yeah.
He went to the junkyard.
Yes.
When has that ever ended in a positive
I don't
outcome?
know. I don't know.
For anyone.
Yes.
When you go to the junkyard.
Well, here's what he got. He got an entire new seat.
Okay.
Because he is going to, says
So, I just, like, when you say he got a new seat,
yeah.
he literally just bought a car seat, and how did he get it home? How did he bring this back?
Before he got it, he took the old one out, left it here, went and got a new seat. The colors are similar. I mean, it kind of looks alike.
Oh, this is just White Shadow all over again.
Yes.
White Shadow with the gold tooth.
Yeah, right, our van. So, yeah, so he installed that. He said there's a computer under the seat, and I think that's what's causing this little computer error or causing the problem. He explained something to me, America. I didn't really know what he said. Basically, the minute he started to talk about technical things, I just stopped listening.
Yeah.
So anyway, he gets this seat, which has dirt on it, and he's saying he's going to clean it up because it's been in the junkyard. He gets this seat, and he installs it, and he says, I drove around the block, and it didn't beep. So I was getting ready to go somewhere. I get in the car, and I'm like, great. I start driving away. I get out of the driveway. Bing, 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 bing. And I'm like, okay, this is not working. So I even pull in the garage, park it. I mean, it's still dinging then. I go and I get him, and I say, honey, the dinging is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, oh, okay, let me drive it back around the block. So he gets in the car, drives around the block, no dinging. I get back in the car and I go, well, it was dinging. I start to drive away again. Ding, ding, ding. I pull it back in. I say, drive it around again. He does it. No dinging. He pulls back up and I'm like, well, it must be in my head then.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just crazy.
Just crazy.
I've heard it so much. It's in my head. So finally, I mean, we even took a ride together around the block. No
right.
dinging. It was like
just to be sure.
I could not prove that I had heard this dinging. So he's like, well, I'm going to go to the store. And he took off, and then he came back and he said it started dinging again. And I was like, what did I tell you?
Proof that I'm not
it's
crazy.
It's not up here. Yes. Yeah. So then he decided that he was going to take the old seat, the junkyard seat
mm-hmm.
out and put the new seat back in because he thought maybe he had the new computer. I don't know what he had. He had something different. And he said, I'll see if it can stop dinging. Well, that didn't work. So eventually what he did was he took the seat he got from the junkyard back to the junkyard. And then he came in and said, I'm going to give Subaru another call Monday. And I'm like, yes, please make them do something.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I didn't know you could return things to the junkyard and get money back.
I didn't either. I had no idea.
I mean, I thought it's called a junkyard because it's just junk.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize there was like a business where you pay.
There is. People will find parts for you from other, like that came out of another Subaru. So, you know, and Dad was real excited the day before. He's like, yeah, I got the junkyard.
You know what they also find in junkyards?
This is such a
Bodies.
funny phrase. Yeah. This is such a funny phrase. I got the junkyard. You know, and they said they had another seat. And he's like really excited about this because he's thinking he's going to fix it. So anyway, that's how it went. But you can see how my week was, having my food on the back deck and driving a ghetto car.
Yes.
You know, with another seat from the junkyard in it. Because, you know, he drove the store with a junkyard seat in it.
I mean, at least it was inside. Like, you know how we had the van, White Shadow, and it had, whenever Autumn wrecked it or rear-ended someone, and Dad just got a front bumper from
the junkyard.
That was gold, and the van was white.
Gold? Oh,
yeah, it was gold, remember?
Oh, yeah, I think I do.
That's why we said White Shadow had a gold tooth.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how my life is now. So I am becoming very ghetto. I've decided I've never quite made it to chic. So why not be ghetto now?
Yeah. You know, I am what you would call brocade.
You're
bougie
broke.
and broke.
Bougie and broke.
Bougie and broke, yeah. You know, I look expensive. And I would like to be treated expensively. But I'm broke.
But you're broke.
Yes. So I'm brocade.
Brocade.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you know, Dad's really trying to conserve everything, you know, about the gas, the electric, all this stuff. So we had like this $400 comforter set that, you know, we pulled out when Addie was here and put it in the guest room for him and his wife.
That was $400?
Dad says it was, but I have no memory of that.
When have you ever spent that much on a comforter?
It was a comforter set. But he says, he remembers, I said, I don't think it was that much. I don't think I would spend that much on a comforter set. And he's like, yes, it was. I remember. It was $400.
Man, you probably trust the man whose money it was.
So after they left, or before they left, no, after, X was in this mode where she was gonna sleep in that bed, so she changed the sheets, and she's like, you know, of course they had dogs, so she pulled the comforter out too. She ended up getting a packet of Tide that melted onto the $400 comforter. And Dad had to take it to the not the dry cleaners, the laundromat, and eventually it came out, but we were kind of worried about it. And she was doing things like that, and then which was funny, because she's so worried, before Addie came, she had a comforter there, the cheap comforter, and she changed the sheets for adding them then so they could sleep on clean sheets when they came, because they were going to take over her bed. And then I come into the laundry room and I see her stuffing the old comforter down inside the washer. And I'm like, you slept in that for 3 days. I don't think you need to wash it. And she's like, Mom, dead skin cells. And I'm like, well, I can understand your sheets. You're supposed to wash your sheets when someone else sleeps in them.
Right.
But I don't think you're like, I don't really think you're not laying on your comforter. You know?
No, and it was the one that she slept in, right?
Yeah. But